It's day 3 of tossing the pigeons. I'm going back to the same spot today. I'm actually going to do 2 tosses today from the same spot, and then probably 1 more tomorrow, and then next week we'll jump them out a bit further. Got a bit of good news and a bit of bad news from yesterday. Good news is the missing grizzle. I think she's just behind me there. So she did come back. She's obviously not up to tossing at the moment. I'm going to leave her behind for today and tomorrow. Try and get her back into tossing next week if she's ready. But a bit of bad news. Yesterday afternoon I did a loft fly for the pigeons after they were finished tossing. And the falcon came and got one. So we didn't lose any pigeons on the tosses, and then we lost one around the loft. Anyway, I'm going to get these birds basketed, and then we'll see you guys at the toss point. Alright, so there's just a very small amount of food in the loft for the birds to come back to. And of course the idea is they have to come in quickly to get their feed. It trains them to come back into the loft and trap quickly. Also, wearing a white shirt probably wasn't the smartest thing in the loft, but I'm a pigeon breeder. You can't accuse me of being smart. Okay, here we are back at the same location again. We're going to have 2 tosses today, like I said. This is the first one, and hopefully they'll learn how to sprint home from these tosses. So I'll give them a few minutes to settle in, and then we'll let them go. Well, it looks like they're already gone. I better hurry up and pack up these baskets, because they're definitely going to beat me home. Alright, they're done very well. I might just go outside and check the clock, see how they did on the timing, because they obviously beat me home. Alright, 8:31.50. I let them up at 8:20. 16:10, he was first yesterday as well. So they took about 12 minutes. I'm going to give them about half an hour to settle in, have a drink of water, and then I'll basket them again for another toss. Also waiting, have a look at this in my garden. It's a sweet potato vine, but the leaf cutter bees have been in taking a little nibble out of all of these leaves. They're very pretty little bees too. There's probably none here for us to look at, but it's just a little interesting thing in the garden. Anyway, back to pigeons. Before we have our next toss, we'll have a quick look at 1610. This is him here. He's the one who was first through the traps on the last 2 tosses. Obviously he's just the first through the traps. He wasn't the first home. They all come in together. It's only 8 kilometres. So he's a 2-year-old cock. You would have seen him in the past. He's timed in from 2 races last year, including the 720 kilometre race that we had towards the end of the year. Might pick him up, we'll have a closer look. He's a nice bird, 1610. He's a very gentle pigeon. He's a nice bird to have in the loft, and I'm sure that throughout this coming season he'll factor in the results a few more times. He's a very reliable pigeon. I did get 1 baby out of him this year. I'll show you that one in a second. But he's a lovely pigeon, 1610. So here's his daughter. She's the same colour, ash red spread obviously. This is 2747, and you can see she's nowhere near as tame as her father. This is how I basket the birds actually, if you haven't seen. There's a basket at the front of the loft, and I can just chase the birds in to the basket, close the basket, and then take them away for the tosses. It's also how I let them out for loft flying. You can see there's a door over there. I open that door for the birds to go out of the loft for their daily loft flight. And one more little treat. We'll have a look at this yellow hen. It's unfortunate actually, it was her sister who was lost to the falcon yesterday, but it's her sister who is a blue bar, not a coloured pigeon. There she is. She's a very, very pretty pigeon. You guys might know that it was trying to breed yellows that got me into coloured pigeons in the first place. So I'm very happy to have this bird. And she's going to race. She'll be racing in a couple of weeks. Beautiful pigeon. But now, I'll just let these guys have a little rest, as I said, and we'll basket them for another toss pretty soon. Alright, same system again. Very small amount of feed. The pigeons are going to be tossed from their same 8.5 kilometre location, and they're going to race home to pick up some feed. Alright, here we are for the second toss of the day. I'm at the park. Someone's dog just jumped on me and into the van with the pigeons. So they're a little bit petrified at the moment. I'm going to give them a little bit of a break to settle down. and in another 10 minutes or so I'm going to let these birds go. Alright, they're behind that tree. I don't know if we can see them. Hopefully they'll circle around so we can get a better look before we head off. There's a few of them there. The rest are behind that tree. I'm going to come around. Let's see if we can see them. There they go. Heading straight off to home. Alright, let's go home and see them come in. They did very well this time. It took them only 8 minutes. We're going to have a look at the clock in a second. That was very impressive. So I'm going to do one more of these tosses tomorrow, and then next weekend we're going to jump out to about 25k's. So I let them up at 10:34, and they're in at 10:42. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's the fastest I've done so far. Like I said, I'm going to do another one of these tosses tomorrow. But for now, I'll let these guys rest until this afternoon, and we'll have a little loft fly this afternoon. I'll record that today so you can see what's going on there as well. But I'm very happy with how they've gone, how their tosses have happened this year. Alright, well, they all successfully completed their toss this morning. Well, 2 tosses this morning actually. So now I'm going to take them outside for a little loft fly, and that'll be it for the weekend. Alright, here they are. You can see they're flying quite well. They'll be out for about 40 minutes to an hour. I'd usually go an hour, but they did 2 tosses today, so 40 minutes might be enough. I think that was a pretty good day for the pigeons. 2 tosses, a nice successful loft fly. We're going to do one more of those tosses tomorrow, and then next weekend we'll jump out to about 25k's. There we go, so I hope you've enjoyed the updates this weekend. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you again tomorrow.